Good evening, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC. Thanks for joining us for The News Now. This is where we give you a quick and easy rundown of the stories we're working on for you right now. We're on various platforms. That includes our website, WTOC.com, the WTOC apps. Here we go, because there's a lot of them. Amazon Fire, Roku, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, lots of different platforms you can reach us on. You can actually interact with me live on Facebook, say hi, leave a question, leave a comment. We love when you guys interact with us, and we appreciate it. We're going to start with news out of Georgetown tonight. People who live in that area breathing a little bit easier tonight, knowing that a suspect in a recent home invasion was captured. 21-year-old Brian Brooks was found today in a home on Fort Argyle Road. You're looking at a picture of him right now. This is a picture from the Savannah Police Department after he was booked into jail. Savannah Police, Chatham County Police, the Chatham County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshals Task Force, and the SWAT team, all part of the effort to get him. Brooks is also a suspect in the robbery of a Parker's gas station last month. He now faces 2 counts of armed robbery, 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and several other serious charges. All right, a reason a lot of you guys are tuning in is because of our amazing headline and to see how local schools are preparing for possibilities of future violence. Of course, off-campus crimes and on-campus crimes are on the rise nationwide, but specifically in our area, several recent shootings have happened in or near schools in the Savannah-Chatham County area. And keep in mind, there are situations and joint decisions that are made between campus police and local law enforcement on whether or not to lock down a school or to change a bus route if it has children on it. Bus drivers are trained not to go into areas where there is a law enforcement presence. They also let drivers know if they can't get to schools because of pickup if the school is locked down. And then they also send a blast out to parents. So all parents are always looped in just in case they either cannot let kids out of school on time, or if a child who is on a school bus needs to take an altered route because of violence in the area, if it's safe. So that's just something to know for the Savannah Chatham school system. Here's one of the representatives giving us a little bit more about that.
We don't want to alarm parents, but we want them to know that the bus is going to be late and we may be holding that bus to ensure the safety of those students.
That training is already being used. Last week, students at Savannah Classical Academy actually had to get off of buses and go back inside till that area is safe. And they're not the only ones. Over in the Low Country, the Beaufort County School District has a new policy that will help prepare all schools to be ready just in case of an act of violence that unfortunately we're starting to see more and more every year. I'm talking about an active school shooter. In the upcoming school year, Beaufort County school systems will add active shooting drills. This year, South Carolina mandates that every school have these drills. Now, one of the drills has to be done at an inconvenient time, like lunch or during a class change. Beaufort County Schools teachers return today prepping for the new school year, and they have a new message. Active shooter drills are a priority, and they will continue to be for the Beaufort County school system.
Last year, we required all of our schools to do 1 active shooter drill a year involving students and staff. This year, we've increased that to 3.
Another change at the district level was all high schoolers now required to wear their school ID on a lanyard around their neck at all times. It's kind of twofold. One, it identifies a student, and it also lets staff know who is and is not a student. So that's always good information. Also, if they were to be unresponsive for whatever reason, a medical issue or an act of violence, they can also be easily identified by their ID. So a good thing to know that our local school systems are taking school violence and the threats of school violence very seriously, or if there's violence in the area, to know that they're already being proactive with making sure students on buses get detoured and rerouted. That way they can get away from the violence and home safely. So good things to know there. I see you guys weighing in on Facebook saying hello, and I certainly appreciate all you guys who are watching. I also wanted to touch on weather. I know a lot of you guys are watching that. Storms are moving through. Let me just look at the first alert forecast right now. This is actually our app. It's free, by the way. Right now I'm looking at Futurecast because clearly we know what's going on outside. We want to see what's happening in the future. Here we go. A little bit of a storm system that will pass through. So Hinesville, Waycross, it'll kind of come over Savannah. Statesboro, you'll see a little of it as well. I can't give you too much more details because you know what? I am not a meteorologist, but I tell you who is. Our meteorology team. They are all scientists And one of them will be here at 9 o'clock tonight to break down the weather, what you can expect to see for the rest of this evening, as well as the rest of this week. If you're like me, you're thinking it's hump day, 2 days till the weekend. That's at least how I think about it. So I want to know what this weekend's forecast looks like because I'm planning on going to the beach. But I know there's also a chance of rain. So 9 o'clock, tune in for that. We will have that for you there. All right, so you guys, I'm looking for questions that we see right now. Nicole is looking for answers on weather. 9 o'clock, we'll have more details, but until then, you can always go to our website for more information. Hello from Claxton. Hello, hello. Lots of emojis. Hinesville saying hello. Thank you guys. We certainly appreciate you all tuning in. All right, if you have any more questions or if you want to follow along with all the stories on WTOC, you know what I'm about to say. You can always do that on our website, WTOC.com, as well as our social media pages. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. There's always a way to get your news from us. And be sure to download our apps, both news and weather, to stay connected at all times.